You like a guitar player, like a singer. What are your biggest influences, like musicians?
You mean other musicians?
Yes. From your work, when you start.
It's hard to really pick people. You just influenced by bands that you think mean it or are sincere. I think, you know. If you're asking me technically, it's you know, classic rock singers.
Classic?
You know, yeah, like David Coverdale, Blackie Lawless, Dio, Rob Halford.
Yes.
Old classic heavy metal singers. That's what my favorite kind of stuff. But you know,
when it comes to music, it's hard to say because for example, when I started out the band, I was inspired by a lot of other music. But during the years, I have come to a situation where I don't think I'm really much more taking inspiration from other musicians. I'm more inspired by, for example, even a photo, a painting, a story that paints a picture in my mind, and I create the soundtrack to that happening. So I'm more interested in being more inspired by other things than music to create music.
That's
and if I would say that I'm inspired by music, it would be heavy industrial music, because that's music that I just can have on at home, and it creates a complete different vision of music in my head, you know. But I mean, I've been into music. I got into when I was younger. You started out with Kiss, Maiden, Accept, you know, and then it went on and on. You found something more extreme, and you was always looking for something darker, maybe in the music.
Yes,
so
yes.
it will be tons of bands that have inspired me through my whole life, you know.
That's a good concept. Let me tell you, that's a good concept. And like a band, like the whole Marduk, the influences of all the band.
How do you mean?
I mean, if you guys, I don't know, admire certain bands.
Yeah.
Like a band, not like
a
you,
band
like
that inspired us.
Or yes.
I don't know. For example, like some bands that really inspired us when we started out, I would have say was bands as Possessed, Morbid Angel, Creator, early Mayhem stuff, and things like that, you know.
Yeah, most black metal, right?
Yeah, and old death and even thrash, you know, even old heavy metal, everything that made you be into the music. So as I told you before, it started out with, you know, Kiss, Accept, Dio, whatever. So I'm inspired by everything from the old hard rock that I got into when I was young up to the extreme metal, you know, everything. And I still like most of the bands that I got into when I was young, you know.
Yeah, that's
and even though I don't listen to them for a few years, it's always coming back, you know, and you're rediscovering the old things.
That's a good thing, and a great answer, let me tell you. And with Primordial, how long have you been?
20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
You're a original member.
Yeah. We're the same. Kind of just maybe the year after Marduk starting, 91. So
same generation.
Yeah, so we're like
and you
the same
two
generation.
are one of the original members of Marduk.
Correct,
right?
correct.
And talking about that, about the lineup that has a lot of changes, is that affected the music or the way that you create music?
I think so. Of course, even though a lot of people in the past didn't really write a lot of music, it's still an impact because everybody do their thing when you rehearse and put their touch on it. But I mean, it's for me, it's natural sometimes that you have a lot of changes because if you're going to tour a lot, and I mean, I always be the band leader since I'm the only original member left, but I mean, I want to work with people that are dedicated and wants to step up to the plate and take a part in the band and work hard. That's the way I like it. And if I'm going to make it work, I need to work with people that share my vision, you know. I always take the resemblance of, if you look upon a tank, you know, a war machine.
Yes.
To make it work, you need all in the crew to do their work. You need the commander to do his work, you need the driver to do his work, and the loader as well. If one of the guys don't do their work, you're smoked, you're lost, you know. So everybody need to focus and share the same vision.
Yeah, you need
That's
to
how I
think
look
like
upon it.
One brain.
Yeah, you just need to make it work. And I mean, if you're three in a band who really wants to go out and do a tour for 3 months and one guy don't want to do it, you know, you have to have a guy in the band that wants to do it, you know.
New bands, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that is that they're still being pure black metals, or?
Of course, there's still coming bands that have something unique to bring forth, but it's not that many as it used to be, I would say. But I mean, it's still coming some really good bands, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not meant to be reinvented. It's not meant to be new or old school. It's just really whether it has any merit or not, you know, on musical level.
Yes.
I mean, there's new bands who are making some great new stuff, and as it always, there's loads who aren't. You know, just like in 1992 or 1993 or 1982 or 83, you know.
I think that is great. That is great that you think of the band like that, because some of those bands maybe look up to you guys. So that's a good thing. And for close the interview, what is next for? From Marduk and for Primordial, or do you have tours or concert or albums, music.
You start out. What's up?
I think the
Primordial?
next thing is 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow in the airport to,
Yes.
to Guatemala. I think that's
First, we have a show to do here as well.
Yes.
Well, when it comes to Marduk, we're doing these shows here in Central America. We're coming back home and we're reloading, and then we're doing maybe a few selected Swedish shows, and then we're going out in May, June, and doing a shorter US-Canada tour. And we're also going to be keeping a lot of staying home a lot of 2011 to work on the next full-length album, and which is going to be out maybe in 2012, and then we're going to start marching again across the world. Yes. So that's the immediate plans we have. We're also going to do a lot of summer festivals in Europe and things like that. We haven't decided for the whole year, but we've done a lot of shows since we released Wormwood. We've been doing like nearly 200 shows, I think. So we're coming to the end of the tour cycle and just going back home, working on new material, finalizing that, and going into the studio. And I don't really have any time schedule for things when things will be done, but that's what will be done anyway during 2011.
That's good. Sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds like a busy year for you guys.
Yeah. What's up for Primordial then?
There'll be a new Primordial album in April.
This year?
Yeah. Oh. We don't tour quite as much as Marduk, but we do bits and pieces. We'll go back to America and we'll go back to Europe again and do some festivals in Europe. I don't know if we'll ever make it down here. Who knows? We get offers for South America, never for Central America.
You should come.
Well, of course, we'd love to come, but I'm not sure if we have quite the same fan base. But we'll see. We'll think about it.
Okay, and
at least Allan is here.
Yeah, at least I'm
yes.
We can do karaoke.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being here and for answer our questions and for understand my funny English. Thank you very much.
I don't think my English is that much better. You know? Thank you. It's great to be here.
Nice to meet you guys and thank you for being here. A ustedes, señores, les traje lo mejor de lo mejor y gracias por estar en sintonía de MP3 Rock. Esto fue la entrevista con parte de la alineación de Marduk. Espero que haya sido de su agrado y nos vemos.